Danny, there's a lot of free agents left on the market, and a few of the top guys, been Cody Bellinger, Blake Snell, Matt Chapman, and Jordan Montgomery. They are all coincidentally Scott Boras clients. Now, the Wall Street Journal reported that Boras brushed aside inquiries for Jordan Montgomery in favor of talking up Blake Snell. What's your read on that? Is that just good business, or is that bad business?
Well, I think Boras is gonna say it's good business because he's still gonna get paid regardless at the end of the day. But to me, and people looking from the outside, like poor Jordan Montgomery had a career year, and now he has to wait for Blake Snell to set the market, according to Scott Boras. This just doesn't seem ethical to me because, I mean, whatever the market is for Blake Snell, if we want to say it's $150 million for 5 years, Jordan Montgomery is just as good as Blake Snell has been, and has been on the mound just as much as Blake Snell. So why can't Jordan Montgomery set the bar?
Because he doesn't have Cy Young attached to his name right now.
I know that's a big thing. He does have a World Series attached to it, and Blake Snell doesn't.
That is true.
It's an interesting thing, though, when a team inquires about a certain player and the agent starts pushing a different player. It brings up a question about a fiduciary responsibility to your clients, right? And like, I understand what is supposed to happen here is you get the market set at a certain price, and then everybody else after that, we know what we're doing. But if I was represented by a dude and they called him and they were like, hey, what's up with this Joshua Perry cat? And he's like, hey, but how about Danny Graves, though? I have a couple problems with that. Right.
Well, why do you think that is, like, that he's able to control the market so much? Because, you know, Joshua, you know, you're very familiar, obviously, in the NFL side because there is a cap, right? Mm-hmm. Baseball, there is not. So do you think that gives him a little bit more leverage there to control the market?
I mean, you wait for the money, right? They spend whatever. So it's cat and mouse. There's probably a downside to it, too. But I can see the reason for wanting to hang out and just say, listen, we're going to wait until the market does what we tell it to do.
You know, I'm trying to be as calm and as nice as I can be about this. This is the reason I don't have an agent in this business, because of the fact that there's lots of former baseball players that want to get into this business. And if you have an agent and he's representing you and that other retired player, who's he going to speak more for to get that job? So now you're having your agent compete with one company with two of you. So like, to me, this is so unethical. But what is allowing it to happen is the 30 teams in Major League Baseball. The organizations are letting Scott Boras dictate what's happening with the market. And it shouldn't be that way. Agents shouldn't have that much say in the free agent market.
Well, when you build up the clientele that he has, I feel like he has some of the biggest names in all of baseball. He just keeps getting more and more leverage there. But, you know, at the expense of a guy like Jordan Montgomery, because it's like, what else can this guy do? Right. He had an incredible season last year, yet he's kind of not put on the back burner, but he's like, you want to feel like you are, like, your agent is pushing for you. You are that star client, right? And so I'm sure when he hears this, like, do you say, if this was your case when you were playing, Danny, would you say something to a guy like Boras?
Yes, I'm not sloppy seconds. I'm not going to do that.
It's like you're dating.
Yes, I don't want to be that guy.
I'm not second.
I'm not going to be that guy. So you pay these agents a certain amount of money because they're supposed to get you contracts.
Right.
So give me a contract. Now, if Jordan Montgomery ends up signing in 2 weeks, guess what? He's 2 weeks behind all the other pitchers that are there. So when the season starts, he might not be ready for opening day. Then all of a sudden, God forbid, he gets hurt. Now it's going to backfire, but Boras is going to say, well, guess what? He still gets paid his contract. It doesn't matter. You want to play, right?
Well, Boras said, guess what? I'm still getting paid my percentage.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to get you your money. It might just take a minute now.